Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, as you can tell by the title, today's video we're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison, a wear test of sorts, using the E.L.F. Camo Concealer as well as the E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now, I have been using the Hydrating Concealer for a while now, and I've really been loving it, and I hadn't yet tried the original one. And then I thought, you know what, even though, one's called the Hydrating one, one's just the regular, I do want to see what the true difference is between them and see which one is better, see which one I like more, which one has a better formula, which one's more long lasting, which one gives more coverage, which one creases less, everything like that that you would test a concealer for. In today's video, I used the 16-hour Camo Concealer on one side of my face and then the Hydrating Camo Concealer, the satin finish, on the other side of my face, and then seeing how they blended out, how they applied, how they worked with other products, and then also at the end a wear test throughout the whole day to really see how the concealers held up. So if you guys want to see my thoughts on the E.L.F. Camo Concealer as well as the Hydrating Concealer, and also do a little side-by-side comparison, a little battle between the two, just keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to start off by priming the skin. I'm actually going to use my E.L.F. Luminous Putty Primer today. I haven't used this in a minute, so I thought I would use it today and do more of that luminous skin look and blend that into the skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. I'm going to be using my Sistar It's You foundation in the shade Fair. I'm really liking this one. It's just a nice, like, light foundation, and just going to go ahead and apply this. I want to use a foundation that I know I like and that I can put all over the face so we can really test out the concealer. And I'm just going to use my hands today to blend this in. I recently tried out Meredith Duxbury's foundation routine where I use my hands, and I actually really liked the results. It's just so easy to get the product everywhere, and although I didn't love how much product I used in that video following her routine, I do like the method of actually using your hands to apply products, so that's what I'm doing now. So now that the foundation is on, I obviously did not do a lot of coverage. As you can see, you can still see a lot of my skin peeking through, but I am wanting to do a lighter makeup look today and really focus on the concealer, so I'm definitely okay with how makeup is looking right now. So I have both the concealers right here. I have the 16-hour Camo Concealer, which I still have not tried yet, and then I have the Hydrating E.L.F. Concealer, which I have tried a long time. I've been using this product for quite a bit, so I do know how I like this one. I do know how it looks on the skin, so I'm really interested to see the comparison today. I'm going to be using this one on the left side of my face and this one on the right. We're really going to be testing this throughout the day, seeing the difference. So I'm going to take the 16-hour Camo Concealer out of the package. Now I know the 16-hour one was the concealer that everyone was raving about and really enjoyed. People were comparing it to like the Tarte Shape Tape and stuff. Apparently it had a very similar consistency, really good coverage and everything like that. And then E.L.F. decided to come out with the Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I don't know why I tried this one before I tried this one. I guess just since I have dry skin, this one was just more appealing to me by the name, but I'm really excited to see the comparison and how each one wears differently. Now the clear difference right here is the color. This one right here, the original Camo, is more on the yellow side, and this one is more neutral slash pinky, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too noticeable on the skin, and I hope it's not like a super distinct difference. So let's just go ahead and see. I'm gonna start with this one right here just because it's a formula I know, and then I can compare it to the other one. From my experience with it, has a very liquidy formula to it. So that's what I do like about it. It's nice and liquidy, but it also gives you a good amount of coverage. I personally really like it for like no makeup days, just because I get a really like nice coverage look without too much product, and it just blends into the skin really nicely. Now let's apply the regular Camo. Same applicator, everything like that. I also love the applicator on this. It's nice and thick, and you can really get a lot done with it. Already I can tell it's a tiny bit thicker in formula, not as liquidy as the other one, and as you can kind of see, just more coverage already just in the formula. So there we go. I always like to let my concealer sit on the skin for a bit before I blend it out. I find I get a bit more coverage that way, but while that's sitting there for a sec, I'm going to be using the same brush on each side so there's no like discrepancy in how it's blending or anything like that. So this is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I love this one so much that I just have 2 of them. So I'm going to be using this today to blend it out. I was going to use a sponge, but I really wanted to test like the coverage and stuff too, and I find I get better results with a brush. So I'm going to start on this side and just pack it into the skin. And on the eyelid, just starting right under my eye. And this formula I know I like. It blends into the skin really nicely. Alright, so we have the Hydrating Satin Concealer blended out. Now I'm going to take my clean brush and go ahead and blend this one. So yeah, as I said, I can already tell it's definitely a thicker formula. So I'm just going to take a bit more product. So I'm starting off with the hydrating, placing it right on the under eye, like in the deepest corner. And then taking the original camo, placing it in the same corner. Alright, so now that my foundation and concealer is all done, color is quite a bit different between the 2 concealers, but I'm hoping powder will kind of fix that. And the reason I didn't just get a lighter color of the original camo is because I bought it a while ago and just never got around to using it. So I just thought I would stick with this color, and it's a fine color because it is more yellow, so it's gonna be really good for like dark circles and stuff. But when you're doing a side-by-side with a different colored concealer, it can be a little problematic. So I'm going to be using my Coty Airspun today, and I'm using this on both sides with a sponge. I'm using the same powder to set them. Again, like same theory as with the foundation, to really give them the same products alongside of them so that I can really just focus on if there's any significant difference between the 2 concealers. So right off the bat, just after setting, I can already tell that this one, like on my eyelid, as you can kind of see, I don't know if you guys can really see that clearly, but it did start creasing already, and I think that's just because it's like that softer, more liquidy formula. The hydrating one is just going to crease a little faster, so you definitely have to be quick with setting it, whereas this one does look a little more drying under the eye than this one over here. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to kind of talk about more of the differences that I'm seeing between the 2. Alright guys, so I am now done my makeup. I decided to try something a little bit different with my eyeshadow today, and while I was doing it, I did notice that on the side of the original camo, it was a lot easier to blend products out since it has more of that matte consistency to it already, disregarding like the setting powder you're using and stuff, whereas on the side of the hydrating, it definitely a little more tacky, and I kind of had to work the shadow in a bit more because it was kind of clinging. So that's the big difference I'm seeing between these so far, is this one is definitely more of that hydrating concealer, as it says in the name, versus this is more of that matte consistency. Formula wise, I think for right now I do like this one better, the hydrating one, just because especially when I do lighter makeup looks where I'm not wearing as much face makeup, I like something that will blend into the skin more effortlessly, whereas this is definitely more for full coverage makeup days, you know, when you have a full coverage foundation on, everything like that, so that this can glide onto those other products nicely. I wouldn't really use this as like a spot concealer or on bare skin for like a no makeup look, just because it's a little too thick. If you want something for a no makeup look, I would definitely recommend this one right here, because it's like your skin but better, as I said. So that's kind of the big difference I'm seeing right now between these 2. I'm gonna zoom you guys in now so you guys can really see how the under eyes are looking. Alright guys, so here is my skin. Now ignore the flakiness of my nose and how the makeup is just not sitting right on it. I've been testing out some new products and my skin is so dry right now, so just kind of ignore that. But looking at the under eyes, they look pretty similar. You know, minimal amount of creasing on each. I would say there is maybe a bit more creasing to this one, as I said, since it's more of that hydrating concealer, it kind of tends to, you know, sink into the skin and the lines a bit more than this one, whereas this one looks a little more matte and more smooth. Definitely got a bit more coverage here also, just because this one kind of shears out when you're blending it. So that's really the big differences I can see right now. Alright guys, so now that you guys saw the concealers and stuff, I think they both look pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with them, but there's definitely clear differences that I can already tell, as I mentioned. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go about my day, and at the end of the day I'm gonna do a check-in to see the difference. Now we're really trying to see in formula and stuff, test for like longevity, how it wears, if it broke up faster throughout the day, everything like that. So I'm gonna keep these concealers on my face all day long, and then I will see you guys at the end of the day. Alright guys, so it's now the end of the day. It's like almost 11 p.m, so I'm definitely gonna take off my makeup here pretty soon, but I thought I would just check in to show you guys what the makeup is looking like. So looking at my face, the side where I applied the hydrating concealer is definitely a lot more creased up and kind of more worn and torn down, whereas the side with the regular Camo concealer is definitely basically the same as how I applied it. So overall the regular Camo is a lot more long wearing, but at the same time I think the side where I applied the Camo concealer, it's a little more dry, kind of more clinging to my dry spots versus this side. So my overall thoughts is they're both really great concealers. I would definitely use this one for, you know, more natural makeup days when I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. I want something super lightweight and effortless. And then this is perfect when you want your makeup to last a really long time, when you're doing full glam, because it will last honestly a really long time. It's looking pretty flawless right now under the eye. It's not creasing or wearing down or anything like that. So that's my review on these two concealers right here, and kind of a side-by-side comparison if any of you were interested. Hopefully this video is helpful if you were wondering which one would be better for you. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. I'll be sure to get to those as soon as I can. If you want to see any more videos like this, again, let me know down below in the comments. I would love to create more content based on your guys' suggestions. But anyways, I hope you're having a fantastic day or night whenever you're watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and also make sure to turn on my post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And yeah guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!